You are good about calling guys out. What's like when you start to look at that top 10? What's more? What gets you going more? Is it kind of like those big names that you've basically grown up watching, like Frankie Edgar, Jose Aldo, Dominic Cruz, or is it some of like those newer guys like the Sandhagens, Rob Fonts, obviously the champ Petr Yan, Aljamain Sterling? Like which of those kind of two tiers interests you more?
God, I want to fight Peter. I know he's a champ, and I know you have to beat certain people to get to that fight. But that's a fight that I want eventually. That's kind of the end goal. Even if he's not champ, like that's a fight I want. I think he's one of the best pound for pound, probably top 3 pound for pound in the world. And I just think that's a sweet fight. I love his style, his boxing, the way he switches stances, covers up, his defense. Like he's so good. I think that's a fight that I really want. But as far as like say I go out there and KO Paiva, I don't know. I do a pretty good job. We'll see. Last time said Dominic Cruz is ducking me, which is kind of, it's like, hey, you want to fight Sean O'Malley on the main card, or you want to fight Pedro Munoz on the prelims? And he picked prelims Pedro, so that fight's not there. Cody went to 25. How come? Probably because of me. That's what I like to think. Rob Font fighting Jose Aldo, so there's a lot of options. I have 3 fights on my contract. After this, I'll have 2 more. It's not like I have all the say anyway. It's not like I'm going to tell the UFC if they offer me Cody or Pedro or Dominic or whatever. It's like I can't say no. I want to wait till my contract ends. I gotta, they're going to offer me what they offer me. So we'll see. It depends on how I go out there and perform.
When did Petr Yan really become that guy for you? Where you're like, man, that looks like a really fun fight. How long ago was that?
Probably the Aldo fight. The Aldo fight was super impressive. Aldo fight was super impressive. Every time he gets in there, it's impressive. He's got I like his humor too. Like it's funny. Obviously the language barrier, but I enjoy his comedy on Twitter. He calls me poodle stuff. It's just like I find him very funny.
Yeah.
And he's, like I said, one of the best. So probably the Aldo fight. I was like, this guy he's the real deal.
What do you think it's going to take to beat him?
Beat him?
Yeah.
Strategy, game plan. You gotta. He's very smart with his energy. Strategy, coming in good shape, and knowing when to use that energy, because he knows when to use his energy. He knows what he's doing in there. He's calculating. But I think a lot of film, maybe. I'm not really a film guy. I don't watch too much. But at that level against Peter, I think that would be film, strategy, 5-5s. I still haven't done 5 5-minute rounds. It'll be interesting.
You threw your name in the hat to fight him in October. Did you actually think that was a possibility, or?
I thought it was like a 2% possibility. Like I wasn't in training camp, but I was those 2-3 days where it was up in the air where we didn't know. I was doing my sprints, doing the mitts. It was like a 2-3 day period where it was Saturday night. I didn't have a cheat meal. I was eating. I was like, it could happen. It would have been way harder of a fight because it would have been a short notice fight. Like Corey went out there and did awesome for the time he was given to fight him. I thought it was a small chance, but it was a way to win for me. Go out there, lose to Peter, that makes the rematch even sweeter with a full camp. So I was serious about taking the fight. Obviously, I would have taken it if they said yes.
You seem like you're the kind of guy who would almost be like rooting for Peter until you end up fighting him. Like you said, whether he's the champ or not, you want to fight him someday, but like you kind of want him to be scary. You kind of want him to be perfect. Do you feel that sometimes when you're watching him fight?
Yeah, when he fought Corey, it was funny. I was doing my sparring. It was Saturday. It was in Abu Dhabi, so it was like 1 p.m. here. I was literally sparring in the cage, doing my rounds for my fight while they were on the TV fighting. It was cool. It got me fired up. But yeah, when it was Corey versus Peter, I wasn't going for Peter. I wasn't going for Corey. I like both of them. I'm fans of both of them. I went back and rewatched the fight that night, and it was a sweet fight. I don't see anyone. I don't see who's going to beat Peter other than me.
Mm-hmm. And you feel like you're ready for that?
I think
right now.
Yeah, I can compete with Peter. I think he has more high-level experience with guys. Aldo. Corey, I don't remember. He fought Uriah. I think he's got more high-level experience, but I think I'm just a different animal.